What can the Singaporean political opposition parties learn from Malaysia? Singapore and Malaysia, two countries linked by geography, history, and deep cultural ties, offer strikingly different political narratives. While Singapore's ruling People's Action Party, PAP, has maintained uninterrupted dominance since independence, Malaysia has witnessed dramatic political transformations, including historic opposition victories. This begs the question, what lessons can Singapore's political opposition learn from Malaysia's evolving political landscape? The power of unity, coalition building matters. One of the most critical lessons lies in coalition building. Malaysia's opposition made significant breakthroughs only when disparate parties set aside ideological differences and united under a common platform. The formation of Pakatan Harapan, PH, in 2015 was a game changer. By bringing together parties such as Parti Keadilan Rakyat, PKR, Democratic Action Party, DAP, and Parti Amanah Negara, PH presented a united front against the long-ruling Barisan Nasional, BN coalition. This unity allowed the Malaysian opposition to avoid three-corner fights, appeal to a broader demographic base, and demonstrate stability and maturity to the electorate. In contrast, Singapore's opposition landscape remains fragmented. While there are notable figures and parties, such as the Workers' Party, WP, Progress Singapore Party, PSP, and Singapore Democratic Party, SDP, there is little formal collaboration between them. This leads to competition in the same constituencies, diluting votes and creating a perception of disunity. To move forward, Singapore's opposition could explore a unified platform that respects ideological diversity while focusing on shared values, transparency, checks and balances, and citizen empowerment. A symbolic alliance or agreement to coordinate electoral strategies could reshape public perception and electoral outcomes. Engaging the ground, grassroots outreach, and community presence. Malaysia's opposition gained significant traction by building trust at the grassroots level. Leaders like Anwar Ibrahim and Lim Guan Eng actively engaged with local communities, holding regular town halls, walkabouts, and forums. Local issues, ranging from cost of living to infrastructure, were given serious attention. This on-the-ground connection helped opposition parties build a loyal support base, even in rural and semi-urban areas. Singapore's opposition parties have traditionally struggled to match the PAP's well-funded grassroots machinery. However, parties like WP have shown that sustained community engagement can bear fruit, as seen in their victories in Hougang, Aljunied, and Sengkang. The Malaysian example shows that consistent, hyper-local engagement, beyond just election periods, is key. Singapore's opposition could invest more in community service programs, listening tours to understand local concerns, and youth-led volunteer initiatives in estates. By being visible and responsive year-round, opposition parties can gain the trust needed to challenge the dominant narrative. Leveraging digital platforms and youth sentiment. Malaysia's 2018 general election was dubbed the WhatsApp election by many observers. Opposition parties used digital platforms extensively to bypass mainstream media, which tended to favor the incumbent coalition. Social media campaigns, YouTube videos, and encrypted messaging helped spread alternative narratives and galvanize the youth vote. However, social media presents a powerful equalizer. While parties like WP have made strides in digital engagement, others lag behind. The Malaysian experience illustrates how digital platforms can amplify lesser-heard voices, humanize political leaders, and create viral momentum around key issues. Singapore's opposition could launch regular YouTube explainers or Facebook Live town halls, empower Gen Z and millennial digital teams to run relatable content. Be prepared to govern. Build a shadow cabinet. One of the Malaysian opposition's winning strategies was projecting readiness to govern. Pakatan Harapan presented key leaders for potential cabinet roles, giving voters the impression of a capable, organized alternative. In Singapore, opposition parties rarely discuss who would take on key portfolios. This allows the PAP to argue that there is no credible alternative. A shadow cabinet, even an informal one, could demonstrate seriousness and readiness, offer policy depth and credible alternatives, and allow voters to visualize a functional opposition team. Transparency in governance plans reassures the public that a vote for the opposition is not a leap into the unknown. Conclusion: learning, not copying. While Singapore and Malaysia are different in many ways, politically, legally, and culturally, the opposition in Singapore can draw strategic inspiration from Malaysia. Unity, grassroots engagement, smart digital tactics, emotional messaging, and readiness to govern are not uniquely Malaysian. They are political principles that resonate universally when adapted thoughtfully. Singapore's opposition has made slow but steady progress in recent years. By studying and internalizing the Malaysian experience, they may find new pathways to strengthen their role, not just as critics, but as constructive contributors to the nation's future. In a region where democratic ideals are constantly evolving, adaptability, unity, and courage remain the keys to political transformation.